All righty, folks. This is what I call the hub call. This is a little sneak peek into my business in Fresno, California, what we are doing to help folks invest in that market, how we are documenting stories and really helping the rest of the country and the rest of the world. We've got some amazing investors and friends of the channel. We'll start with Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. How's everybody doing?
We're doing
Good.
well, man. Why don't you talk about what's going on in the mortgage market? What's going on with real estate? What are you seeing out there?
Cool. Well, a lot of people predicted that we'd open up this week and there'd be volatility in mortgage rates because of, some not political, but, world events going on over the weekend. What's going to happen, not going to happen, Russia type stuff. Rates relatively unchanged, opened up, a little bit worse, but still, in a mortgage market where people are already kind of stressed out, maxed out, and rate sensitive, any volatility can affect that. What I want to talk about, what I've seen more and more of, and I saw a stat this morning, is people tapping home equity lines of credit or buying a business, buying a rental property, doing something, right? Because they don't want these hundreds of thousands of dollars. Of all the homes owned in the United States, 63% of them have mortgages.
Yep.
Between Q4 of 2021 and Q4 of 2022, those homes gained more than $1 trillion in equity. So there's a lot of equity out there. And this isn't a plug for me. I do have access to home equity lines of credit. Some people have great relationships with credit unions or a bank that they banked with forever. But it's something for investors to consider. And if I know, the people I'm talking to are running to get home equity lines of credit, because it makes a lot more sense than messing with the first mortgage that I gave you in 2021 with the 2.75. That's something I'm seeing a lot of. So I wanted to bring that up just because it's something that's, coming across my desk quite a bit.
Yeah, I think that's wise advice. And again, if people read my book, One Rental at a Time, they know that my portfolio, first 8 homes, 3 of them were with cash and down payments, but the last 5 were all, cash out refis or home equity lines. And, we had a home equity line on our primary for well over a decade that we used to build. Now, I think as, somebody who talks to investors, you have to use it wisely. You need to use it to buy assets. You need to have a plan to pay it back because it is variable rate debt and it does move on you. But yeah, I would definitely recommend taking out a home equity line before you touch a 2.7% 30-year fixed rate mortgage. Let's be clear. There are some really easy things to say, and I think that is one of them. So, Matt, if somebody wanted to reach out and have a conversation with you, or maybe leave a comment below if they want to talk about home equity lines, how would they reach out?
Just go to greatmortgagebroker.com. Just fill out the quick form there, and that's the best way to make sure that somebody from our team reaches out to you as soon as possible. Greatmortgagebroker.com.
Very cool. And Elaine, we'll go to you next. I know you've been helping a lot of One Rental at a Time fans. I know you are an insurance broker or somebody helping our California investors, because again, more and more insurance companies are leaving our market. So they're getting notices like I got on one of my fourplexes saying, sorry, we're not going to insure this anymore. And we're frantically finding new insurance. So what's going on with One Rental at a Time fans? Are you helping a lot of California investors?
We're trying our, what, it's much easier right now with the investors because we can put them on commercial properties as opposed to personal policies. And the personal seems to be personal auto, personal home, personal dwelling fire. So if you have several rentals, it's a lot easier to just combine them into a commercial policy and stay out of the personal market right now. I know that the premium is a little bit higher. However, finding a company, whether it's admitted or not admitted, is much easier than trying to fit it into this personal lines that is so regulated, and just everybody's taking rate, or trying to take rate. The Department of Insurance is not allowing them. This weekend, I just watched Ricardo Lara, our commissioner of the Department of Insurance, basically blame the insurance companies, but the insurance companies need to take rate. And I know we haven't discussed the one word or phrase that insurance we need to know. And when you look at, I really was like, oh, these companies, basically what's happening is Department of Insurance, because of Prop 103, only gives them 6.9% that they can increase per year, twice a year. And so as soon as they take rate, they get back in line and take rate again. And then, but it's not enough. They really, because of inflation, they really need to take a higher rate, because there's a thing called concurrent causation. And concurrent causation is where insurance companies say, hey, if you don't buy earthquake insurance or flood insurance, you don't have earthquake or flood insurance. However, if an earthquake causes a pipe to burst and it overflows into your house, that is a covered peril. And so then they have to cover it. So they're paying out losses left and right for all kinds of perils that are caused by perils that are not covered unless you pay for them. So it's really, they're both at odds. They're both to blame, but at the same time, the insurance carriers are the ones that are having to pay the claim. So the Department of Insurance should really do something to help not only the consumer, because Prop 103 takes care of the consumer, but we need to take care of the insurance company so they can take rate. Obviously, that sucks for us because we're the ones paying for it. However, it's not going to help if they all pull out of the market and make it go to write insurance.
Yeah, insurance companies are for-profit organizations. They are not charities. It makes perfect sense that we've seen, what was it, Allstate recently, State Farm before them, and likely others. And I thought you brought up something very important early on, right? A lot of folks that are real estate investors with multiple assets, they should look at commercial policies. That's probably something that a lot of them haven't thought about, right? They're residential owners. They don't think commercial. That is something Olivia and I have been in for well over a decade. Because yes, it's a little bit more expensive, but it's so much easier. You can add assets easier as you buy the next one. So I recommend a lot of folks reach out to you. Certainly, if you're a California investor and you either have gotten a notice or you're afraid you're going to get a notice, you've got to reach out to Elaine. She's part of the hub. She will have the conversation. She's not trying to slam a policy. She's trying to help you. And I know you've helped dozens of folks I've already heard from. So Elaine, if somebody wanted to reach out and have a conversation, how do they do that?
They can text me 559-696-9196. But yeah, I've been able to just text a couple of them, look at their policy and say, hey, you need this, you need that. Even if I can't convert them, which that's not the goal. The goal is to educate, help, to be part of the community, to give back to the community. You know, that's what Chad talked about when we first did our interview here, is that we're here to educate and to give back and to be able to basically say we can help you even if I can't take your business. It's what we do after we take your business, and or if I can't take your business, because money talks, and if somebody has a premium that is better than what I can offer, they can stay where they're at, and I can look at their policy and say, okay, look, talk to your agent and ask them
maybe add this, yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's why you guys are part of the hub. It was always a goal of mine to get an insurance broker there because it's often a missing link. And we were so lucky to have you and Chad join the firm or join the office building here in the last month or so. So again, one more time, what's the number? Lots of California investors should just have a second look. What is it?
It's 559-696-9196. That's the text.
Cool.
You can call either one.
There you go. Carlos, how you doing, man? What's going on? You're on mute.
I'm doing well. Been under the weather for a few days, but I'm doing better.
There you go. Well, I know you're doing a lot of great work for One Rental at a Time fans. You're getting quotes. You've done personal work for me. You just did some work on a property I call 10th here recently. If somebody wanted to get a bid or a second look on a bid, how do they reach out to your team?
Well, definitely, you can give us a call at 559-681-8431. 559-681-8431.
And then last week you put out a proposal, just a brainstorm. Hey,
yes,
maybe if you're a self-manager in Fresno and you're just looking for somebody to come over and do some spot checks, maybe do maintenance every 6 months. Did that go anywhere? Did anybody reach out saying, hey, let's have a conversation?
No, I spoke with Martha and nothing has panned out, but doesn't mean that we haven't been doing our due diligence.
Yeah.
We're trying to figure out what would be the best price point and what would be beneficial for both parties. But that's something that we're working on. Of course, we're not only just working on that, we have other stuff that we want to be
Yeah.
doing as well. And
Yeah,
so
I think if you put together a single family home package,
yeah,
again, just thinking about somebody who owns dozens of them, right? Check heat, check ACs, do battery smoke detectors. Because I'm really thinking about that investor who has one or two homes and they're
right,
getting eaten alive maybe by property manager. Maybe they're willing to do the maintenance. Maybe they use him lane or something, but they want somebody on the ground that goes every 6 months and gets
right.
a report. I think there's something there. I don't know what it is, but it feels like there's something there. So if you're an investor in Fresno, you've got one or two units and you just want to have a conversation, I would
Mhm.
recommend reaching out to Carlos about what might be worthwhile. He's still building it. Might as well become a test subject because I promise you'll get the best service and the best rates testing it out. If somebody wanted to reach out, what number are they calling Martha at?
At 559-681-8431. That's 559-681-8431.
There you go. Let's go to Adam next. He's out driving around doing deals, talking to people. He's looking really young. You're all cleaned up, man. You got rid of that monster hair. You look good.
Actually, it's got longer. I just haven't gotten a haircut, to be honest with you. I got the hat on today. But actually, yes, I'm driving to a deal right now. And I just wanted to update on the ADUs. Thank you for your listeners for reaching out. And I think, Mike, you connected me with somebody last week. I was texting his wrong phone number. But I've had some good conversations with people so far. And if anybody listening is, I know you guys have been listening to a couple of the last episodes. We're working on trying to do some work with ADUs here in the city of Fresno. So if anybody has experience with it or kind of wants to keep updated, let me know. I have a little Rolodex, as you might say, of contacts of people that I'm talking to or that might be interested. And it's as we're learning, I'm kind of updating some people and also getting some resources. So if you guys are doing ADUs in Fresno area or just are interested in what we're doing, reach out to me. My number is 559-360-9622. And the goal this week is to, first of all, get the city reps to send me all the information that I'm still dwindling on, or they haven't sent me yet, and then to identify the best zones that we can do ADUs in.
That's awesome, Adam. So really, I was hoping for two things, and I think we got one done, but I want to check with you. One of the things I was looking to get at the hub are diagrams or drawings or whatever they're called, architectural layouts of the 5 approved plans. Have we gotten those yet?
That's one of the things. No, so okay. I haven't gotten the plans. Right now, it's been a lot of just follow-up, trying to get the people to send me what I've asked for. The designing part of that, putting them on the wall, isn't too bad because I'm good with Photoshop. So,
yeah.
Plans, zip codes, or areas that we can build ADUs in, and then the response on your 10 properties where we could maybe pick and choose one. Cool. And then there's just a couple other miscellaneous stuff that I had questions on that I'm waiting for. So, kind of moving the needle forward with that, and then taking the next step to figure out, okay, where can we start looking
Very
for
cool.
marketing too.
Very cool. All right. Well, keep us informed. You're driving. I won't keep you anymore. Keep your eyes on the road, young man.
I will. I might have to bounce in just a minute or two because I'm pulling up. But if anybody needs anything, 559-360-9622. That's my number.
Good, man. Be well. Hey, Matt, I'm going to go to you real quick. Go back to mortgage. What if somebody wants to do an ADU? Maybe they own the property. Is there something, if they're going to buy something and build something, are there kind of mortgage products that may or may not help people cash out refi or equity line? Maybe this is an equity line and a refi later. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's generally the only type of transactions we're doing on our side. Like, I don't have any access to any standalone financing for ADUs. It's funny you mentioned it because my kiddo's piano teacher was asking me, trying to build an ADU. And I said, I want to have the conversation because if nothing else, I might be able to show somebody, don't touch that $550,000 first. That's got a 2.75, and I'll at least put them on the right path, whether that's a home equity line of credit with their credit union that they work with. We've got home equity lines of credit. And really, like, I've seen people, everybody has different needs, right? So I might not be the best bet. The credit union may offer 6.5 and it's variable. You might be deathly afraid of variable, and I wouldn't blame you for it. and you want to come to us, and on the broker side, I've got stuff that's 9 or 10%, but it's fixed. You know exactly what you're going to pay this year, next year, and year 5. And so that's all I'm really seeing is people using equity in their primary to access that cash, to build the ADU. Sometimes that's not there, right? It's somewhere else.
Sure.
But I'm going to look into standalone financing, because there's got it with
Gotta
the
be
kind of
something.
explosion of ADUs, especially in California. There's got to be companies doing standalone financing. I'll prep people. That's going to be a risky product that comes with a high price tag.
Oh,
I
it's
just
going to
know
be
it.
expensive. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's going to be expensive. So yeah. All right. Well, thanks for that. Hey, Patrick, let's go to you next. Let's catch us up on the real estate market in Fresno. What's going on below and above the median? Is below the median fire and above the median slow? What's going on?
Yep, you hit it on the. No, I'm good. I thought I was muted. Yeah, you hit it on the nail. It hasn't changed much since last week. I'm looking at the same trend report. You're absolutely right. Anything under 500, first of all, there's hardly any inventory and it's moving
Wow.
quick. But anything above that, yeah, just still kind of sitting in the luxury market. So not much change from last week.
Yeah. I know one of the things we are actively doing, and I'd love to get some more leads for you, is we're trying to document FHA, first time home buyer, VA buyers in Fresno, California. Have any of those reached out to you in the last month or so?
No, it's been real quiet this past month, but I'm always available. So
Yeah. Yeah, folks, if you are looking to buy as FHA VA buyer in Fresno, we'd love to get your story. We'd love to document. We'd love to connect you with Patrick and the entire hub Rolodex in Fresno. Patrick, if somebody wanted to reach out and say, hey, I want to become part of the story, want to become part of the success story, how would they do that?
sure, just text or call me at 825-7559. That's 825, area code 559, 825-7559.
The other thing I'd be remiss to talk about, if you are an out-of-state or out-of-area investor, of course you can reach out to Patrick. It's not only VA and FHA local owner-occupied. If you're an investor as well, I know somebody reached out to you looking to buy some small multis recently. But yeah, you are there. You're a resource of the hub. We'd love to take stories, document, use the hub's podcast. You are there for everybody. So Patrick, thank you so much. Ty, we're going to bring it home with you, man. How's it going?
Going great. Good to be with everybody, and just excited to, we're getting into the second half of the year, right? So it's July is right around the corner. I really think something you've been talking about, Matt's been talking about, I believe we're going to see mortgage rates begin to trend down, and let's hope that in that trend, we also see inventory loosen up. But there are sellers that have to sell.
True.
Landlords who are burned out, great time to sell. Prices, especially because those properties are typically below the median, as Patrick and you've mentioned, great opportunities there. And then, of course, in the probate, inheritance, again, lots of opportunities there as well. So I'm excited to get in the second half of the year.
Yeah, I can't wait. Another thing we did last week, just to remind folks, is we were talking about building out your brokerage in Fresno. We have now turned that upside down. We're like, no, just get more agents, more bodies at the hub, more stories. Let's do some lead generation together. Let's just get more and more stories. Let's get the hub really being what it was built for. So Elaine could quote insurance. So Carlos could do work. Patrick can sell homes. Matt can do loans. Everybody can become a winner. We can help not only people in Fresno, but the rest of the country. You were really leading that charge.
Yeah. And what I want to say is to any realtors out there, especially if you're in the Madera, Fresno markets there, we've got office space for you. You can stay with your brokerage. Patrick, as an example, he's a part of the hub, but Patrick, who is your brokerage? Guaranteed, right? Or okay.
Guaranteed.
So it doesn't matter if you're an EXP, XYZ, ABC. We want you, if you want to learn the hybrid model, which is the realtor model, but also adding in the investor component, obviously being a part of the one rental at a time community, there's another level to it. Come be a part of the hub, come get a desk at the hub, come participate with us at a higher level. Let me just tell you, you stay with your brokerage. I'm a broker. I'm going to help you. I'm here with Michael. What we want to see is we want to see deal flow. We want to see bigger impact in the community. And of course, in that bigger deal flow, there's going to be opportunities for insurance and mortgage. And then Michael and I to JV with you.
Yeah.
Creative finance, which I love, as I've talked a lot about putting together sub-2 deals, seller finance deals, hybrid deals. we have those resources for you. So you don't have to go and join a mentorship or, and again, I'm not saying if you are, that's great. But in this case, this opportunity is come be a part of the hub, come join our community, and let's help you increase your deal flow. So they can email, very simple, ty@tylg.com, ty@tylg.com. Would love to communicate with you. Love to let's get on, let's talk 10, 15 minutes. I had somebody from the show, not from the Fresno area, but somebody reach out, and it ended up that they just had general questions. And as we got to know each other, they're like, oh, my best friend, they're dealing with this situation where they're a personal representative for an estate. They've got this problem property. And so now I'm going to help them with the condo, like as a realtor, I'll just list it and help them sell. But it's just one more impact that we help somebody in the community to, make their real estate life less stressful and eliminate the headache and hassle. So
yeah, at the end of the day, the hub is always meant to be a repository to help people first and foremost. We are adding skilled go-givers, which each of you are, to that because we will help first. Yes, if a transaction happens, no question, let's be clear, we will profit from that. But again, by helping deal flow, by helping get real stories, not only do we help the local community, but with the platform of YouTube, we can help the country and the world. That has really been my goal and how I see the hub in Fresno with the rest of what I'm doing here. So all of you, thank you for being here. Thank you for giving me a half hour each Monday. You all are amazing. I hope you all profit from this relationship. Take care, everyone. Have fun. Bye.